Go ahead, Miss A. Thank you for waiting patiently all this time.
Oh, no problem. It's been a great conversation. I just wanted to say, given that my age is a lot different from you all's, I have staff people who are in your age category, two men in particular, one in his late 20s, the other in his mid 30s. And so we talk a lot about these relationship things. And so as a leader, I'm trying to do more to get informed about where they are outside of work, because a lot of that actually does come into work. So this has been very helpful for me to start getting some grounding in that. I think there have been, conversations from both sides that I can appreciate and respect. I will just simply, say this: I am a lover of Black men. In all of your mess and all of your genius and all of your glory and all of what's possible. There is nothing that could ever sway me from that. I have been fortunate to have great relationships with Black men in my family, in my professional life, as friends, and so on. So I don't have these horror stories about Black men, and it pains me to hear so many women talk so disparagingly about Black men. We are all human. We come with all of our flaws. And I think if we aspire to be in partnership with one another, then we have to give some grace to one another and understand that everybody is not coming from the same backgrounds, and they may not know the same things that you know. But what are you willing to give of yourself so that he or she can become a better person, and really digging down deep to figure out how you can be a contributor to that person in their life. And does that mean building with someone? Absolutely. But that's the beauty of a relationship, that you can talk about as time goes on, how you got from point A, to point B. And that comes with struggle. Love is not all fairy tales. I mean, it is hard work. And I tell people that all the time. Marriage is hard work. There will be days you get up and you don't like your partner, but you have to remember that I am still choosing this person, and remembering to do the work that you need to do as an individual to make sure that your partnership stays strong, and making sure that you are pouring into that man or woman so that he or she is getting what they need as well. It is absolutely work. So anybody who is looking at social media for the luxury life and the aesthetic that it gives is going to be signing up for a very rude awakening for what comes behind that. Lastly, I will say, continue to believe in the institution of marriage. I don't care what social media tells you. I don't care what these podcasts are saying. And quite frankly, some of them are frightening. But believe in the institution of marriage. And I want nothing else but to see more Black men marrying Black women, and that both of us, men and women, are wanting that for each other. That's all I got.
Thank you, Miss A. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you for being so respectful. Thank you for your contribution. You are always welcome here. You have a good rest of your day, all right?
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Hold on. Go ahead, Dex. Thank you for waiting so patiently, brother. You can have more than 5 minutes if you want to. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I think that 5 minutes should be enough. I just wanted to start off with the aspect that men in their 20s, they aren't really that sexually responsible. I think it's getting a little bit better as time progresses, but we do need to be sexually responsible. That means properly vetting a woman, properly improving ourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally and spiritually, and establishing our values as a man. The average marriage age for men is 30, and the average marriage range for a woman is 28. I think that that allows men and women to properly establish themselves and women to properly, find themselves, and then you can come together and actually build. People in their 20s, they aren't really responsible. They haven't really found themselves. They're just coming into a point to where they are finding themselves as a person and building their value system. I just think that this is important. And when women play the field at an early age, even though they could be married at an early age, it is important for them to grow as a woman and to establish themselves and not getting into just flimsy relationships because they can't expose themselves to negative men out there, and that will scar them for later relationships in life. I want to say that older dating, it usually equals more stability if that person is healed. And I do believe that there's always someone out there for everyone in this life. You just have to be physically and emotionally and financially and mentally ready for whoever God says that He's bringing towards you. And that's very important. You just need to just improve yourself first is what I'm just trying to say. And, it's nothing wrong with going through life and failing a couple of times at marriage or relationships, and then finally finding that person in your later years in life. There's nothing wrong with that. Whenever you're ready and you find that perfect person, then that's what happens, and that's the best thing, that you find the correct love. It's not just about finding love, it's about finding the correct love for you. And that's all.
Thank you so much, Dex, for being here today, brother. Thank you for waiting patiently. You allowed a lot of other women to speak ahead of you. Appreciate that. You are always welcome here. Thank you for your contributions. You have a good rest of your day, all right? Love, love, love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to play this audio one more time. I'm going to have Miss Kana speak, and then I'm going to have Humble Jerk speak. Thank you to everyone that's been here throughout the stream. Thank you to everyone that's been on the panel. Thank you to everyone that's been participating in the chat. All of you are appreciated. I haven't been on here in forever, but something moved me to come on here and talk about this today. I'm not going to come back and be regularly streaming on here, so make sure you subscribe to the link in my bio. That is where I am at these days. And I'm going to go ahead and play this one more time, and then I'm going to give Ms. Kana the floor, and then I'm going to have Humble Jerk close for us.
Beautiful black woman syndrome. It's almost a curse, okay?
Agreed.
Exactly. Here's what I'm saying. Number one, y'all date earlier when you look good. Statistics show it. When a black woman is attractive, she's sexualized earlier. She loses her virginity earlier. When you have a beautiful daughter, you got to be on her ass because the hounds will be. But here's the point that I want to make. Because they're so beautiful, Joe, guess what? When the brothers in college was trying to holler with that wedding ring, oh, no, I look too good for that. Ain't no marriage coming in my 20s.
My options.
Thank you.
I'm
Then
looking
the
for a better
30s came.
option.
The 30s came. Brothers came with the ring. No, I'm still enjoying this.
You ain't slowing me
Then
down.
she gets 43, 44, 45.
Now I'll take the post.
Now she ready to settle down.
I'll take the post office worker.
Right.
I'll take the
but
post
stay
office
with me.
worker now.
And because black men are not dropping at her feet with proposals like they were in her 20s and in her 30s, now she's on YouTube talking about black men ain't shit. They not serious. They don't want to build a family. Time out. You done had about 30 black men who came for your finger in marriage, and you turned them all down because you thought you was too fucking cute to settle down. And now you in your mid-40s, brothers ain't breaking their neck to wedge you out, and now the men ain't shit.
No dish. Listen.
Wait, Mal, is that you?
Stay here.
Mal, is that you?
Stay here.
Not necessarily.
No, that's her. It's no saver.
No,
You don't look the
you
same.
didn't. No,
Okay, she
no,
said it's
no,
not
no,
her.
no.
You don't look the same.
Right.
Right?
Well, not necessarily. No, they still look good.
No, they still look
If you
good.
don't put your fucking
Look, they
computer away.
still may look good. You don't look the same. And not just that, that black man now has ascended to the point where he's single and he got the 30-year-olds and the 28-year-olds still checking for him. He 40 now, he got the pick of the litter.
That's true.
He got the pick of the litter
that's true.
now.
But the other thing too,
You're not the commodity
The other
no
thing
more.
too, when you're a black man in your 40s and you meet a fine ass sister in her 40s, it don't mean nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
But you have to entertain the idea. How did a woman this fine
Slip through the cracks. She
end up-
damaged. She got a bunch of
Absolutely.
shit coming to the table with it.
So you automatically a little on defense because you like shit. She bad as shit. Never been married or no kids. Never lived with a man. Like, are you psycho?
What's wrong with you?
Are you married but not telling me?
you not giving them a pound?
Yeah.
You told me to sit down. Shut up.
Stand up, sister. Come on.
Yeah, please, Queen. Dap him up now, Queen. Reading your ass. Leave my sister alone. Leave my sister alone. Leave my sister alone. Not too much on Mel.
When
I want to hear. I want to hear her. I want to
started-
hear her rebuttal.
There is no rebuttal.
Miss Kana, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here on my first stream back. Thank you for waiting patiently. What are your thoughts on this, Miss Kana? Go ahead. The floor is yours. Cook.
Oh, I know, Noble. I haven't been on this side of town in a very long time. My God. I saw you in my live the other day. I was happy to see you. And thought I said I would get my way over here, and you went live today. I said, well, let me go on over here and see what Mr. Noble got to talk about today. And always, as usual, you always have some kind of controversial topic. So I will get into this. And hello to Humble Jack Jerk. Sorry. What I have to say about this, I will start like this, and I have a few points, okay? And shout out to all of the beautiful black women that are in this room right now. I'm gonna say it that way because when Umar, that's his name, because I'm not a big fan of his, but Umar, when he said, I've never been a big fan of his, I don't like fast talkers, but anyway, and some of his points that he makes, okay. But the first thing that he said is he pointed out the beauty of black women, okay? He pointed out how beautiful they are, and he pointed out that they start early with dating or with going out, and how they have options to be who they want to be with, but they turn down the options to be married. I think one thing that we need to understand as women is that your value as a woman starts early. You have inherent value. Your value is from, I would say young, teenage years to your about 28, 29, 30, because you can still have children. But not only your value being important, thank you, Blissful, but also that you must maintain your value. And that value is not just your looks, okay? You can be pretty, but you also need to have character, you need to have morals, and you need to have a sense of self-respect. You must maintain that value for as long as you can, even after you might be picked by a man to marry. Men, on the other hand, they gain their value in their later years. That's why, when men get, in school, they go to college and they begin to build themselves. We may see them get money, at mid 30s to their 40s, late 40s. This is when men begin to embark upon their successes. This is when and how they have used the burden of performance to build their value. Men are not born with inherent value. Men must earn it. That's why women are like, hey, brother, if you don't have this, then you can't have me, because I need for you to have this in order for you to do what you should do as a man, or what we say they should do as a man, and that's provide and protect, among other things. I think the problem with the beautiful black woman is that the looks of her have gone to her head. And so what we do is we put our happiness at the top of our value system. We put attention at the top of our value system. We forget about intention. So the attention begins to take over the time and space of when we should have somebody in our lives. We enjoy being gawked at. We enjoy the compliments. We are flattered by all the inboxes. We believe that every man is an option. We believe that every man that comes into our inbox, we believe that every man that walks up to us, anything, wherever we are, we believe that all those men are options. But the option is really the options that you get for men to want to marry you. Those are only options men care about. And that's why they say, if you are 40, 45, whatever, why aren't you married? Something must be wrong. You're too pretty, right? And but the thing is, though, Noble, I don't disagree with Dr. Umar on this point, okay? Because we are taught as black women, go to school, get your education, but don't go look for no husband. Go travel, go live out the world. And before you know it, you've laid down with 55 men. When you look up, you didn't had about 55 men. You didn't have different relationships. Now you got one baby here and one baby there and another over here and another over there. Do we make mistakes? Absolutely, okay? Not saying that we're perfect, because none of us are. You might end up with one child, okay? And then you may say, you know what? I'm not doing that again. The next time I go for this, I'm going to get the best thing going. Because it's our job as women to pick the best preferred option, when all of our options is really the pookies that we get. And I'm gonna tell you something, Noble. We are incapable of picking the best preferred mate. Most of us are, because we are programmed in such a way. If you have not read the Willie Lynch letter and how to create a black woman slave, you need to read that, okay? Because this is the reason why we have this built in our psychology, where we are not able to pick the best preferred mate, because we have raised son husbands. And the son husbands that we raised, right? Those are the ones that we expect to protect us. So we don't see the husband that we could have as the man to protect us. We'd rather have our sons, because we have trust that they'll never leave us. Our sons will never leave us, and our sons will always love us. Our sons will always love us. They will always care for us, and we can control our sons. And then in our minds, we can look at them as our husbands. That's where we get a son husband, because they made sure that the black woman, 2 cents money, they made sure that the black woman, right, was able, or would be able, or should pick men that were beta, or that were without backbone, that could not lead, that doesn't have resources. These are our, what we would call Jermaines and Junebugs and Ray Rays and Pookies, okay? And so you pick that because you were programmed to do that. Some of that ain't your fault, and I have mercy on you for that. But you have to learn that the picker that we have, right, it was designed for you to pick and raise men that you now complain about in that way, okay? And so when we as women begin to realize that we have the ability, right, We should have the ability to be able to say, you know what? This history right here is telling me. See, we have to read. We have to learn to read. We need substance. And because we don't read these things, we don't know how to go about life when dealing with these men. You cannot go to your girlfriends and ask your girlfriends about men. You have to go to men to seek out what men think, what men want, what men prefer. But if you are the type that have been hurt, broken, and bitter and frustrated, then your picker is really not going to work, because now what you're doing is you're choosing out of your bitterness. You're choosing out of your frustration. But then wait a minute, I'm still fine. I still look good. My body's still banging at 50. I'm bad. I'm super bad. Yeah, you are. But the education that you have, the degrees that you have, and the money you make you masculine. You got it all, but you have a masculine trait that's operating within you, that's keeping you from picking. And we have to be very, very careful. I was just telling a young lady last night when she kept using the word empower. We empower our friends. Okay, but empower, that's too masculine. Why don't you just say uplift? Say encourage. This softens the female. This softens her up. And then to the man, he can still get a hard on, because he don't want nothing hard. Excuse my language, but that's what it is. Also, what I'm going to say before I close out. Women that are in their 40s, you don't have to lose. Even Kevin Samuel said that if you could find a woman in her 40s and she bad, like he was saying, bad, super bad, but she's virtuous, she's respectful, she's feminine, fit, and cooperative, and she's in her 40s moving like that, you are a hot commodity. So it should be your goal as a woman. Everybody know I have a book club called The Women of Virtue. And this is what we talk about, the total woman, the woman that is still a commodity, right? And that men want, because she's soft, she's feminine, she's helpful, she's supportive, she's cooperative, right? And so as long as you still have these qualities, he'd be like, okay, I understand what you're saying and why you're not with anybody, but wow, okay, well then let me give you a shot. Because you are so beautiful, not only on the outside, but wow, the way you answer me, the way you talk to me, the way you respect me, the way you are peaceful. Wow, I like that. That you're understanding. You understand that what men desire. You respect it. You understand it. These things attract you to a man. These things are the things that they're looking for, ladies. The attitude. Yes, Zen Barbie. The attitude. What is the altitude of your attitude? Your attitude is number one. Even if you got an attitude, hey, he called you and you mad, you know what? Suck it up. Swallow it. Hey, baby, how you doing? I missed you. I missed you. These things, it don't matter what's going on. Call 2 cents. Call your girlfriend 2 cents. Girl, help me. All right, hold on. Calm down. Make sure she another virtuous woman, though. Don't call no another crazy woman, because she gonna tell you to leave your man. But these are the problems that we're having. We have a sisterhood that wants nothing more than for all of us to be miserable and be without men. And this is the reason why, like Omar said, you run your course in school. Noble, those women that he was talking about in school, those women were dating older men. Those older men would come to the yard and pick the girls up and take them to McDonald's and go get them something to eat and bring them back, while we just sit here and had county served pizza. While we just sat here and ate school lunch. Remember, they always on these platforms talking about how men this and how men that, but you was 15 and 16 years old in high school screwing your history teacher. but you never told nobody that you had a baby by him. You was already using your beauty. You chose attention over intention. You chose these other things, and now you mad because now men are on these platforms speaking out because they have been the victim of the woman that he loved, which was you, that he wanted to be with. You turned him down because he was walking to school, but the one that you wanted was driving in a diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with the gangster lean. You wanted him to take you to McDonald's. You didn't want the one that was walk you home and carry your school books. You said that he was too nice. Oh, girl, they too nice, girl. I don't want no nice man. You don't want a nice guy. See? But really, what's happening is the guys that you turned down are now the Bill Gates. They are now the Jeff Bezos. They are these men on here that got a little something going for themselves, the Nobles and the Robs over here, and the classic mans and the gurus. These men got their stuff together. I don't know, y'all got it twisted. And the Black Jesuses. Okay? These men that y'all want now are those men. And those men are saying, it ain't gonna be that easy. And I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna tell y'all something, I'm gonna be quiet. If you plan to have a man on his purpose, I'm telling you, do your work, ladies. Get the gym. Go to the gym. I'm getting in the gym. I'm starting to stretch now. I'm like, oh, I need to stretch. Drink your water every day. You ain't got to go buy no rolls. Drink some water. Water the rolls. You don't need the rolls to be stimulated. Just go get the water so he can stimulate it. Drink it. Drink the water. Get the gym. Eat good foods. Make sure your body odor is right. Make sure your hair is beautiful. You know what I mean? You can win, Black women. These men, let me tell you, ladies, our Black men, you are their first choice, sisters. Please believe that. Y'all, look, they don't really want to go get a passport. They don't really want to have to do it. They would really want a beautiful Black American Black woman. That is their first choice. 85% of Black men are married to Black women. I mean, they are. Athletes are married to Black women. Look at the situation with Simone Biles and Jonathan, a young Black couple about to do it, okay? So you can still, look at this man. He just said Black women are gold. Y'all, come on. I want to see us get back to our standard of self-respect. I want to see us get back to being mothers to our children, wives to our husbands. I want to see us be the epitome of beauty again. We used to be all of that. And that's what I want to see. That's why I have a women's book club. That's why I open it up for every woman that wants to come in there. Look, get yourself together, ladies. Get yourself together, because when you get yourself together and you being a Black woman with all your goods and all your talents, when you become and learning your femininity, which I call womaninity, that's womaninity. When you start walking in your womaninity, oh my God, you would be the hot commodity, because they're not choosing beauty and pretty and oh, she's so fine. They're choosing cooperation over beauty. They're choosing cooperation over beauty. There was a song that was once made. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, don't make a pretty woman your wife. But from my personal point of view, get an ugly woman to marry you. Now, we know we don't want to be ugly, okay? But that's what the song said. What he's saying is the average woman is going to be willing to work. Look at Simone Biles, how she worked with that man. She ain't no ugly woman, okay? But I don't think it's too late. I got some women in my group that's awesome. I got some beautiful Black women in my group right now that want husbands and that are submissive, that are virtuous, that have values. I got some. There's one in the comments, Deja. She on her way to her husband right now. Okay? We have good women in this group and they black. Some of them Mexican, some of my 2 cents money Latina sister. I got the feminine code down there. Off the hook. The woman is on her way to the la la la. She on her way. But she been like that before she got to my group. Feminine code is just feminine all the way around. Beautiful woman. But that's all I wanted to say. Sisters, I love you. I'm not your enemy. I'm your sister. I just carry a big stick. I'm a woman of accountability, value, morals, and I know that no nation doesn't rise any higher than us. And we have got to take back what was ours. And that's our men. Let's go get them, y'all. Let's drive 45 minutes. Let's drive 2,000 miles. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go get them. Let's stop letting them get away.
I like that.
Let's swallow our pride, y'all. Let's swallow our pride. Let's put it to the side and show our men that we love them. We appreciate them. We honor them. We want them to be in the front line of our lives. We want them as our protectors. We want them as our providers. We want them as our priests, our kings, our pastors, everything. We want them to be everything to us because ain't nothing better than the black man. Ain't nothing better on this planet, and y'all know it, than the black man. He has the power. He has the power in his private parts to eliminate every race. He is that powerful, and nobody can take that away from him. It's a God-given birthright. God bless y'all. This is Kana Speaks the Real. I'm out of here. Bye.